Well, welcome back to the home of British motorsport here at Silverstone on BARC TV. Ready for the second race of the day for the Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship trophy category. Dave Goddard here taking you through the action. And we'll have a look at the grid for race 2. This was fixed by the second quickest time for each car in the qualifying session this morning. It was very wet in qualifying. Second fastest time for each car then gives you the grid as follows. We'll give you the starting drivers as well. Pole position goes to the number 7 BMW, the Canyon racing car. Andy Stocco will start that car, handing over to David McDonald at the mandatory pit stop. No pit penalty for that car either, because the top 3 in each class in race 1 get a few extra seconds at their pit stop. Alongside will be number 74, the SVG Motorsport Ginetta of Mark Lee, and he will have a number 5 have a 5-second penalty at his pit stop. The second row will be the number 111, the winners of race 1, Dayton Motorsport Ginetta. Axel van Nederveen starts that car, shared with Adriano Medeiros. They have a 15-second success penalty. Alongside them, the number 20, that's the Peugeot RCZ. That failed to finish race 1. Rob Smith starts, Charlie Campbell will take over. Row 3, number 82, the Quattro Motorsport BMW. That will be started by Richard Evans. Shane Stoney will take over. They have a 10-second success penalty at their pit stop. And alongside will be number 308, Steve Rothery. And he has a 15-second penalty, the winner of Class 2 in race 1 in his Peugeot. We're just going to pause for a moment on the grid. We can now hand down to Ian Waterhouse in the pits.
Hello everybody, welcome down to the pit straight here at Silverstone. I'm delighted to be joined by a very, very special guest. It's Claire Headley from Britcar. Claire, now I know you've got a very special message to give, haven't you?
Oh, just a very, very huge thank you for all my supporters, all sponsors, etc. You know, it's been hard work trying to turn this round. 37 cars on the grid, best grid we've ever had on a championship round. So just a huge thank you to everyone. Massive thank you to all the marshals. We can't do this without them. Thank you to obviously all my staff, family, friends, etc. But yeah, no, just really pleased. And thank you obviously BARC. They do a phenomenal job putting on a great show for us. So really pleased.
Claire, fantastic words. You must be incredibly proud to be here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Silverstone is the home of, you know, motorsport. Britcar is Silverstone 24-hour, etc. So, you know, we always have such good grids here. So, and the crowds always come out and watch this sort of event. So, really pleased to be here.
Wonderful, and I know how busy you are as well. So I'll let you crack on. As you can see, the cars are just starting to line up. I'm going to hand back to Dave Goddard to take you through the rest of the start sheet.
Okay, thanks very much. Great to hear from Claire Headley there. We got to 6th on the grid, which is Steve Rothery. He's got a 15-second success penalty. Row 4 is the runner-up from race 1, number 10, and they have a 10-second success penalty. Ollie Rubin starts the BMW this time. Simon Baker will take over. Alongside them, number 177, the Renault Clio in Class 2. Andy Mollison starts this time. Ryan Firth will take over. Row 5 is number 19. That's the first of the Class 3 cars. This time it's Jamie Vinnell-Meyer starting the Ginetta G20. Steve Griffiths will take over. Alongside then number 41, the first of the Clios. They have a 15-second success penalty. The winners of the Clio class in race 1. Aaron Thompson once again starts. Steve will take over. On row 6, it's number 83. That's the Derek McMahon Racing Honda Civic, the Cook family. Edward Cook taking the start in that one. You can see wet qualifying has shaken the grid up a bit. Alongside number 15, Richard Higgins in his Porsche. He'll have a 5-second success penalty. Row 7 is number 77. That's the TSR Golf. Finn Jones starts. Tony Rogers takes over. 5 seconds of success penalty for them. Number 11, the Motus 1 Clio alongside them. No success penalty for that car. It'll be Steve O'Brien starting. Matt Cherrington's take over. They failed to finish the first race. Row 8, number 46. That's the second Golf. That car was second in Class 3 in race 1, so they have 10 seconds of penalty. Robert Taylor starts. Mark Jones takes over. Alongside number 72, which is Chris Murphy in his Whitebridge Motorsport BMW Z3. The 9th row, number 57, Derek McMahon Racing Alfa Romeo Giulietta. It's Barry McMahon who starts this time. Paul Plant will take over. Alongside number 80, Anthony Hutchings with his Porsche Boxster, the Team IP car. Moving on to the 10th row, We'll have the Woodard Racing BMW Mini, a gravelly excursion stymied them in race 1. Sean Woodard, we're told, is taking the start for this one. Daniel will take over, alongside the number 6, which is Bill Forbes, with the Quattro Motorsport Ginetta. Row 11, the number 45 car. That's the winning car from Class 3 in race 1. Arthur McMahon driving solo, 15 seconds of success penalty for him. Alongside number 76, William Lynch in the BMW 1 Class 1 Invitation in race 1. Invitation class cars, though, don't serve success penalties. Row 12, number 34, Saxon Motorsports. That's the Seat Leon of Alistair Lindsay, alongside 67 James Black in his Renault Clio, the Westbourne car. He has a 10-second penalty to serve at his pit stop. Row 13, number 70 of Team Brit, quite a way down the grid for them. They're off on their rolling lap at the moment. We'll get you the rest of the grid in a moment. We'll give you the rest of the grid in a moment. It's Paul Vokes, so just have to check there. Paul Vokes will start the Team Brit BMW number 70. Behind him on the grid, alongside him, is Terry Stevens, number 14, with his Peugeot 308s. On row 14, number 27, Charlotte Birch, and the number 4, Renault Clio, which will be started by Anton Spires, sharing with Darren Gerhardt. Row 15, 62, Sarah Franklin, Clio, 33, Andrew Porter, Boxster. Row 16, number 18, which is Callum Bates, BMW Z3. 97, the Porsche Boxster, started by Richard Avery. Gary Lawrence will take over. Next on the grid, row 17, the 118 car, the Nissan 370Z of David May and Mark Skeets. Who will start that? Dave May taking the first stint this time. That car is there on the grid, good. Alongside them, 106, which is Stephen Murphy's BMW Z3, although I don't think that car is there. Number 71, the second Team Brit BMW, that will be started by Christian Dart. Luke Pound will take over. Alongside, we should have number 2, Peter Spano and Andrew Bentley. They failed to start race 1. I think that car is there, though, at the back of the grid. It'll be Peter Spano to take the start. Andrew Bentley will take over. And completing the grid, the Porsche Boxster of number 8, Kevin Hancock and Lee Smart. The Kevin Hancock taking the start. Yes, that car is there. Maybe 1 or 2 missing from the back. Let's try and see if there are any gaps here on the grid. There is 1 or 2 drops of rain still in the air. Hope the downpours stay away for Britcar. They've already suffered 1 in qualifying. Alistair Lindsay's there. He failed to finish race 1. 2 Team Brit cars are both there. Andrew Porter's Boxster. There's a couple missing from the back. The Spano Bentley car is there, the number 2. Luke Pound is there, and Christian Dart. Christian Dart in that car. The BMW Z3 of 106, Stephen Murphy, is not there. So we should see 36 cars, hopefully, on this grid. We'll wait until the timing screen gets running to see if we've lost any. Once again, car number 70. I think we'll be carrying our onboard camera, the Team Brit BMW. Well, number 10 of Ollie Rubin and Simon Baker, quite a way back on the grid by their standards. They were beaten for the first time this year by the number 111 of Axel van Nederven and Adriano Medeiros, the white Ginetta number 111 in race 1. Let's see if they can take a double win here in Goodyear Britcar Trophy race number 2 here at Silverstone. What a fantastic grid. Andy Stokoe's BMW on pole. Mark Lee in the Ginetta alongside him. This is the second race of the day for the Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship Trophy category. 50 minutes with a mandatory pit stop. Here they come then, round towards the red lights. So it does look like there's a few drops of rain falling out there. Kevin Hancock at the back in the Porsche Boxster. They come up towards the red lights then. The pack about to be unleashed. Andy Stokoe and Mark Lee on the front row of the grid. And here we go. The power comes on and down towards Copse they go for the first time. Mark Lee with a good start in the Ginetta from the outside. Andy Stokoe is there on the inside though. It's Axel van Nederven tucked in on the inside. Are they all going to get round Copse okay for the first time? There's the 45. Arthur McMahon winner of Class 3 in race 1 in his Honda Civic. It is Andy Stocco who's got the early lead, leading a Britcar race for the first time, I think, in his BMW. Mark Lee second, Axel van Nidderveen, the Dutchman, is third. Then we've got the BMW of number 10, Ollie Ruben, already up into fourth place. The reason for that slow lap, not long after his pit stop, we heard after the race, he had a spin coming through Club Corner out of my sight. That's what drops him back from the race leader in race 1. He'll aim to make amends here. Rob Smith in the Peugeot RCZ failed to finish race 1, is fifth. Up the outside comes Ollie Ruben. He's going to take third place away, so he's ahead of that white Ginetta for the first time today. It's the BMW Andy Stocco and David McDonnell who heads the way into the right-hander at Stowe Corner for the first time. Pick up the class leaders at the end of lap number 1. Superb sight this huge field makes. Stocco from Lee, and Ollie Ruben's gone wide. Has Ollie Ruben got a problem? I think he has. Yes, the BMW is pulling over. Oh dear, the Class 1 dominator so far this season. Ollie Ruben's hit problems already. Oh, what a shame. One of the favourites is out. Here they come then. Mark Lee has a look on the inside to try and take the lead. Well, this has thrown this race rather wide open, hasn't it, among the overall and Class 1 runners. There's Sean Woodard, the number 49, the BMW Mini. I'm sure the Woodard family are watching on. Yes, they are, on the YouTube chat. On board with Team Brits, this is Paul Vokes at the wheel of the number 70 BMW. Chasing his way through the infield loop. Arthur McMahon's Honda Civic ahead of him there. You can see some spots of rain on the windscreen, so we could have another curveball thrown into things by Silverstone here. I think the BMW of number 10, Ollie Ruben, has got going again, so I don't know what the problem is there. I thought I saw him there in the midfield. Mark Lee up the inside. Oh, and Andy Stocco's run wide at Brooklands there. Now, is that a symptom of the track getting damp? We'll wait and see. Did he run wide? Did he just miss his braking points, or has he slid out wide there on some rain? But whatever, it's given Mark Lee the lead in number 74. Van Nidderveen is second in the Ginetta. Down to third goes Andy Stocco. At the inside, here comes Steve Rothery. He's going well in the number 308 Peugeot. He's up into third place. And here comes another Peugeot, Rob Smith, chasing in the number 20 car, shared with Charlie Campbell. Well, Steve Rothery, the clear leader of Class 2. It's Mark Lee in the Ginetta G56 who leads the way. Number 74, looking for his first win of the season. Came within a bumper almost at Snetterton, was caught on the line by Simon Baker in the BMW. Now, has that number 10 car got going again or not? Yes, it has. It's in there somewhere. He's down in 19th place, Ollie Ruben. Yeah, just caught a glimpse of it in the background there, coming through Beckett's. We've got two cars into the pits already, in fact, as meanwhile Alistair Lindsay comes under fire from Barry McMahon, number 57, Arthur's brother in the Alfa Romeo. 67, James Black in his Clio up there as well. We'd normally see the Colburn family racing with them, but I think they're busy with historic racing elsewhere. Oh, and a spin for Peter Spano in the number 2 Ginetta. That car not having a happy weekend. Failed to start race 1. I was saying we'd lost two cars into the pits. The O'Brien Cherrington Clio. Sarah Franklin's hit trouble as well in her Clio. And so O'Brien into the pits, and also Richard Avery has brought the Porsche Boxster, shared with Gary Lawrence in at the end of the first lap. There's the colour coding used on the classes in this race on our graphics totem. Okay, let's have a look at the class leaders. We know that Steve Rothery's leading Class 2. Class 3 is being led by Jamie Vinall-Meyer in the little Ginetta G20. The Clio's by Aaron Thompson once again. They won the class at a canter in race 1. And the invitation classes both only have one entry. We're going to head down to Ian Waterhouse in the pits meanwhile. He's got some news for us.
Right, we've popped down to the pit lane. As you can see, car number 97 coming into the pits very, very early indeed. Let's just have a quick word with the driver. What's wrong with the car?
We had a problem on the near side rear in the first race, and we've got a problem again. It's literally grabbing on that corner as soon as I brake, on the heavy braking.
It's the safest thing, obviously get it in, see if we can get it fixed and get out
again. As soon as you heavy brake, it just grab really tight.
You don't want to muck about the brakes, do you?
I I think it's more suspension to be fair, but it's just grabbing on that side. Something's loose from
Best of luck. I hope you can get it fixed and get it back out. So it's like a suspension issue with the rear left of car number 97. We're going to hand back to Dave Goddard to continue taking you through the action.
Well, nice to hear from Richard Avery there. Unfortunately, a suspension issue with his Porsche Boxster. He and Gary Lawrence have been racing Boxsters for a number of years now. But it's Ginettas to the fore. Mark Lee ahead of Axel van Nederveen, the man coached by his co-driver Adriano Medeiros, who will take over at the pit stop. Of course, they have that 15-second penalty to serve. Mark Lee only has 5 seconds to serve, so that will make things a little closer. Steve Rothery, he'll serve 15 seconds. He won Class 2 in race 1. Andy Stocco now down to 5th behind Rob Smith in that lovely Peugeot RCZ, the only one of its kind, I think, racing in the UK. Richard Evans up to 6th in the number 82 BMW. Richard Higgins is 7th. And Richard Higgins has come through very well indeed, because he qualified quite a way down the order. Where's Ollie Rubin? He's up to 11th in the number 10 BMW. There he is, making up another place. He's going past Andy Mollison in the Renault Clio into the club complex there. So that's Ollie Rubin back into the top 10, I think. I don't know what the problem was on the first lap with that car. I'd suggest electrical. They just had to pull over and reset a few things. Still a very long way to go. The pit window won't open until 20 minutes in. There is the Class 2 leader, Steve Rothery. Raced in various saloon events with that Peugeot over the years. Terry Stevens' Peugeot is up into 8th place as well. He's come through the field nicely. Rubin there in 9th. Oh, we've got a tangle, and it's the Woodard BMW Mini again. Oh, that car's having no luck today. It's tangled with, is that one of the Clios? No, it's a Golf. Now, which of the Golfs is that? I think that might be the number 46 car of Rob Taylor that he's tangled with there. Now, they're off at the exit club on the run into the Hamilton Straight. Okay, so we'll see if the marshals can get those cars out. Cloud of smoke there. I assume that's from those cars that have gone off at the run towards Abbey. The leaders head through. Still fairly close up together. Here comes Ollie Rubin, the cavalry charge back after he had to come to a halt on the halfway around the first lap with some sort of a problem. Richard Avery, I just caught a glimpse of rejoining in his Porsche Boxster there after the team had a look at those suspension issues. The other car that came in still in the pits, the O'Brien Cherrington Clio. And there is the Clio leader, Aaron Thompson, number 41. Where's he in the overall classification? 11th, just behind the Class 2 Clio, the more powerful one of Andy Mollison. Lifting a wheel there, Aaron Thompson. That's how you drive a front-wheel drive hatchback. There's the third place man in his first ever Britcar race, Steve Rothery. He's loving this. Could he be on for an overall podium? Well, the two Ginettas have checked out at the front of the field. It's Rothery next. Then we've got Rob Smith. Then we've got Andy Stocco's BMW shadowing him. The car started on pole but dropped back. It's Richard Evans in the white BMW 6th. 7th is Richard Higgins in the Porsche. 8th, Terry Stevens. Ollie Rubin is up with them now in 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is the car we've just seen a moment ago, Andy Mollison. And the yellow flag's out there at the exit of the club complex because of the Woodard's car stuck there, the Golf as well. And Rubin has done the fastest lap of the race, 2:21.789, as he tries to recover. It's the other Golf, in fact, that's been taken out there, the number 77 of Finn Jones, the car that the Woodard BMW Mini has tangled with, and the safety car is out. Not surprisingly, with those two cars in the gravel there, the safety car has come out. In fact, that's the first safety car we've had all weekend. The RunYourFleets.com Jaguar estate will pick up the race leader, which is Mark Lee. There he is in the Ginetta. Now, the pit window is not yet open. We've only had 10 minutes of this race so far. We've got one car into the pits, we're told, the Cook family, number 83 in the Honda Civic. They have retired into the pits, Edward and Steve Cook. Oh, look at Sarah Franklin's Clio there, a bit of trim hanging off the back of her car. I wonder if she had it coming together with the number 2 Ginetta, because we saw that spin out. They started together. Okay, so the first safety car of the weekend. Told on the YouTube chat, apparently Sean Woodard rolled his BMW Mini in the gravel there. Thankfully he's okay. Thank you Jasmine Woodard for the update there. So it appears the drivers are okay, but the safety car has picked up the race leader. Okay, so the pack forms up. This is going to close everybody up single file. And there's not much lap traffic yet either to get in the way. So it's going to be all out attack on the restart here when the race gets going again. Well, the pit window not open yet, so we won't see everybody dive in. There's 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Richard Higgins 7th in his Porsche. He's second. He's 3rd in Class 2 behind Richard Evans and Shane Stoning. There's the scene of the incident. You can see the remains of the Woodard BMW Mini in the gravel. It's tangled with Finn Jones's Golf. They're just letting everybody else catch up to the train here. Steve Rothery, Peugeot. Rob Smith, Peugeot. Stoko, BMW. Evans, BMW. Higgins, Porsche. And I think Ian's got some news for us down in the pit lane.
Right, hello everybody, welcome down to the garages here. As you can see, car 83, Stephen Edward Cook. Car's pulled in and it's looking like, unfortunately, chaps, I'm hearing an engine problem. Is that the case?
Yeah, it is the case.
And
engine issue.
That's it, I'm afraid. No chance of getting it back out? No.
Got 3 mechanics gone back on the wall, so I take it that's race over.
At least you're smiling though, guys. At least you're smiling. Thanks for talking to us anyway. Yes, so unfortunately, engine issue, car number 83 out of the race. So hand back to Dave Goddard.
That's a great shame for the reigning Class 3 champions there in their Honda Civic. The Civic's engine has let them down. So the safety car still with the lights flashing. We'll know when it's coming in because the lights will go out, saying which means safety car in this lap. There's the recovery vehicle heading down to pick up those 2 cars in the gravel. There's the JCB as well. So that's 4 cars we've lost. We've got the Cook family Honda and the Steve O'Brien, Matt Cherrington Clio in the pit lane. They had problems in race 1 as well. We've also got the 2 cars off there. Jones and Rogers, the number 77 Golf and the Woodard BMW Mini. What a terrible day for Team Woodard. So Mark Lee with the lead. We're on board with Paul Vokes in the Team Brit BMW. Now, where are they running at the moment? They started quite a way down the grid. Yes, 23rd at the moment. After they were caught out in the wet in qualifying. They've got the Ginetta ahead of them there. I think that's Charlotte Birch, former junior saloon car starlet. She's raced Ginettas as well in one make competition. I think we've got some more news from Ian Waterhouse down in the pit lane while our safety car is out.
Right, everybody, welcome back now. Whilst the safety car's out, just take the opportunity just to catch up with a couple of drivers, and I've got a couple of Team Brits superstars here. Luke Pound, Andy Tucker as well. Now, Luke, just quickly chatting to you. You said you're praying for rain.
Yeah, always like a bit of rain to spice things up, don't we? So it was a bit interesting.
But I don't have to drive. So.
Yeah, no, it was good fun in qualifying and that with some rain, so it keeps the field a bit closer together for us as well. So
fantastic stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. It's holding off at the moment.
It is. Let's find out. Andy, are you praying for rain or would you rather it stays dry?
I'd rather it stay dry. I haven't got any wet tyres, so
yeah,
it'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, Team Brit is a very inspirational team. What does it mean for you guys to drive for this team?
Oh, it's massive. You know, Dave, the guy who's put the team together, he's worked so hard to get us to where we are. He's got every single faith in us, and I've got every single faith in the team, which is the most important thing.
Wonderful stuff, Andy. Luke?
Yeah. No, that's it. Same as that. It's great to be part of, and we're all after the same goal. So everything's going well. So yeah, we keep on pushing and get better.
Clean pit stop. Enjoy the second half of the race, guys, won't you? Thank you very much, Team Brit. I'm going to hand back to Dave Goddard to take you through the action.
Still behind the safety car here at Silverstone at the moment, due to, if you're just joining us, an incident being cleared up on the exit of the club complex. We've got Sean Woodard's BMW Mini. That car has turned over, unfortunately, in a tangle with the number 77 Golf of Finn Jones. Thankfully, the drivers are okay. The BMW Mini being lifted onto the flatbed, the JCB towing away the Golf as the pack passes the scene there. Disastrous day for the Woodard family. They ended up in the gravel at Maggots in race 1. Now we can see front end damage for Finn Jones's Golf. The car shared with Tony Rogers. It's a very busy pack. There's been virtually no lap traffic at the moment, apart from a couple of cars that have come into the pits early on. I think the O'Brien Cherrington Clio may have rejoined as well at the back. They were in the pits for a few laps. See if he's there at the back. Car number 11 is who we're looking for. Yeah, I think that's it there, just in front of Sarah Franklin. I think that's the 11 car, the Motus One Clio. So good to see they're back out after some repairs. I must say full credit to all the mechanics and the teams in the pit lane. They're often forgotten about. It's the drivers that get all the recognition, but without their teams and mechanics, there'd be no cars there for them to race a lot of the time, so well done to all of them. They often have to work very long hours, especially if the car's been damaged in a shunt the day before a race. Sometimes mechanics work all the way through the night to get the car ready for the next day. There's Ollie Reuben. Where's he made it up to after that moment earlier on? He's up in 9th place. Well, the Golf is behind the wall in the background, and there is the recovery wagon. So thank you to our Silverstone recovery team. And hopefully we will go racing next time around. It'll be another lap behind the safety car. And this is going to take us to the opening of the pit window. So it's going to happen again, isn't it? Just like at Snetterton. We'll go back to racing and everybody's going to go into the pit lane. Because the pit window opens 20 minutes into the race, and that's in 1 minute 40 seconds time. So Mark Lee leads in the Ginetta, looking for his first win in Britcar. Liveried by Cutting Edge Vinyls. Number 74, the transport company boss, driving the SVG Motorsport Ginetta. As if you are just joining us, we are under safety car because of a tangle between the number 49 BMW Mini and the number 77 Golf coming out of Club Corner. They have now been removed. And we're waiting to see if, when the safety car comes round, if we go racing again, or if everybody's going to dive for the pit lane. They're coming round Club Corner at the moment. Mark Lee who leads, Axel van Nederveen in second place, Ginetta's first and second, Steve Rothery, the Class 2 leader, third in the Peugeot. Rob Smith in his Peugeot RCZ is fourth. Andy Stocco, the pole sitter in his BMW, is 5th. 6th, another BMW M2, that's Richard Evans, in white number 82 there. Richard Higgins in his Porsche 7th. Another Peugeot, that's of Terry Stevens, is 8th. Ollie Reuben, after a problem on the first lap, he stopped on the outside of Club Corner and then had to get the car restarted. Don't know what the problem was. Electrical, I would assume. They're back up to 9th. And Andy Mollison's Clio rounds out the top 10. Class 2 is being led by Rothery. Class 3 by Jamie Vinnell-Myers Ginetta in 12th place. And the Clio class by Aaron Thompson in 11th. Pit window is open. So as the safety car leads around, expect to see a lot of this field dive into the pit lane, unless we go green again this time. Lights are still on atop the safety car. Let's keep an eye on the safety car, see if we're going to go back to racing this time. He's leaving it late if the lights are going to go off, our safety car driver. I think we might be going to do another lap here. There's still some clear-up work going on down there. Yes, the light's still flashing, so I think it's going to be everybody into the pits this time while the safety car is still out. Watch that pit lane entrance. Yep, everybody in. Let's have a look then. Who's coming in? We'll have a look at the pit lane entrance to see who comes in and who stays out. Here they come. Everybody in, as I expected. Mark Lee's there. Axel van Nederveen's there. Steve Rothery's there. Andy Stocco's there. Richard Evans. Richard Higgins. What about the cars that have stayed out? Well, Rob Smith's Peugeot RCZ's taking the lead of the race because he's still out. Ollie Reuben's come in as well to hand over to Simon Baker. Of course, with the safety car out, you lose less time when you make your pit stop. Of course, some of these cars have got success penalties to serve as well. So now in the lead of the race is Rob Smith in the Peugeot RCZ. Second is Terry Stevens in his Peugeot 308. Third is the Clio of Aaron Thompson. He's up to third overall now because, of course, that's Porsche, Richard Avery and Gary Lawrence. They've already been in once with a suspension problem. Jamie Vinnell-Meyer has stayed out in the little Ginetta, the G20. Andy Porter's Boxster is still out there. Anthony Hutchins' Boxster is still out. Arthur McMahon's Honda Civic and Kevin Hancock, who was running at the back in his Porsche Boxster, still out there as well. They're the only cars that have stayed out. Everybody else is in the pit lane. There's Ollie Reuben's car. It'll be Simon Baker who takes over. Number 18 on the right there. That's one of the BMW Z3s, Callum Bates. It's Stephen Murphy. Yeah, Stephen Murphy did take the start of this race, so I was wrong. I couldn't see him on the grid at the start. The leader's still behind the safety car. The few cars that haven't come in, there's only about 8 or 9 of them. There's number 46, the Golf, one of the pace setters in Class 3. Taking over that car will be Mark Jones. There goes Simon Baker back into the race. He's behind Richard Higgins. Mark Lee heading back out. Just caught a glimpse of him in the background. And Steve Rothery just makes it out in front of the BMW. And there's a couple of cars being caught in traffic there. You can see that's Mark Skeets heading out. And losing out quite a lot of time there is the white Ginetta. Of course, they had a 15-second success penalty to serve, having won race 1. So cars serving success penalties have dropped down the order. This is going to be a real jumble for the next couple of laps on the timing to try and work out who's where. Because Adriano Medeiros will have dropped down the order. The number 2 car there finds itself at the back of the queue almost. Andy Bentley at the wheel of that car now. But they'll be just pleased to be out there because they failed to start race 1. A couple of Clios still in there. Okay, now it's time to see where everybody's slotted back in next time around. There's the Nissan with Mark Skeets now on board. Had endless problems in race 1. Well, there's a couple of cars that haven't come in yet, and the green flag now goes out, so they're going to lose out, I think. We go back to racing. The rest of the cars are coming in. There's a couple of cars that have stayed out. The safety car has come in while we were watching the pits there. Okay then. Smith has come in to hand over to Campbell. Your leader now is Jamie Vinolmeyer in the Ginetta G20. There he is. So he's your overall leader. Anthony Hutchins second in the Boxster. And the only other car that hasn't stopped is Kevin Hancock, who started last. So he's now third overall. They're the only 3 cars, here they are, the only 3 cars that haven't made pit stops yet, and this is the overall top 3. This is Jamie Vinolmeyer, ex-Formula Ford ace, leads Anthony Hutchins, not for much longer. Anthony Hutchins, this is for the lead of the race, for the time being anyway, until everything cycles through and these 3 make their pit stops. So the demise of these cars is going to be inevitable, of course. Here they come, up towards Club. Kevin Hancock third in his Boxster. There's Sarah Franklin in her Clio. She's just ahead of these 3. Everybody else came in on that lap. And now we'll wait for everything to cycle through and see who's where when cars have done their out laps. I think Mark Lee is still going to be in the lead in the number 74 car because he only had a 5-second success penalty. While the Van Nederveen Medeiros car had 15 and the BMW of Baker and Ruben had 10. Here's the Peugeot RCZ. Now they didn't make it back out of the pits in race 1. Charlie Campbell hoping to get some laps in this time. The Clio class leader, the Thompsons, is in as well. Also Terry Stevens, Andy Porter and Arthur McMahon are in pit lane. There's Steve Rothery. He's showing us 12th on the timing screen, which will wait for everything to cycle through. I think Mark Lee is still going to be leading. And look, the BMW has emerged ahead of the Peugeot because the Peugeot had a 15-second penalty. The number 10 BMW only 10 seconds. 15 seconds to the Medeiros Van Nederveen car. And Richard Higgins behind him. So they're all just outside the top 10 at the moment, according to the timing. There's David McDonald. He's taken over from Andy Stocco in the BMW. No penalty for that car. Anthony Hutchins has stayed out again. He wants to lead this race in the Boxster. He's done so. Still a few minutes left for him to make his pit stop. A couple more laps. So it's the Boxster that now leads. The other 2 cars have come in. So there's just 1 car that hasn't pitted, and we're going to wait to see what happens when everybody else has cycled through. There's the 111. That car I don't think is going to be leading this race somehow. I think it's going to be Mark Lee, McDonald second, Rothery third, and the white Ginetta fourth, possibly. But we'll wait to see where Baker and Ruben are as well. There's the Peugeot RCZ rejoined. So that's got a slot in as well. There's the Thompsons. Steve Thompson now at the wheel of the family Clio. Where are Baker and Ruben slotted back in then? I think it's in 4th place, ahead of Medeiros. So yes, Mark Lee is going to be the leader when everything cycles through, I think, in the number 74 Ginetta. What's his margin going to be over the Stocco McDonald car? 13.5 seconds. They've just crossed the line. But Simon Baker's just done the fastest lap of the race, 2:21.578, and that's 3 seconds quicker than the car ahead of him. Next through is Rothery, and there is Adriano Medeiros, the Ginetta. The Brazilian goes through, passes the Peugeot. There's the leader, well, the de facto race leader, because Anthony Hutchins is out front, but he hasn't pitted yet. We've got just over 20 minutes of this race still to go, so we're past half distance in this Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship trophy category race. And it's going to be Mark Lee who emerges from the pit stop window in the lead, having only served a 5-second penalty, third in race 1. Of course, Anthony Hutchins currently out in front in the Porsche Boxer, but he hasn't pitted yet, so his demise will be inevitable. On board with Team Brit, they're running in 14th place. Waiting to see where everything's going to cycle through. Look at that rain cloud up ahead. I hope that stays away from the circuit. On board with Andy Tucker in the BMW at the moment. He's taken over from Paul Vokes. Looks like a bit of damage to his windscreen possibly there. Whether it's just dirt, I'm not sure. Here's a battle between Boxsters, Ginettas. The Alfa Romeo Giulietta is in there. That's now being driven by Paul Plant. Hutchins has now come in, so the last car makes its pit stop. Look at this, it's like a Caterham race down the Hanger Straight. They're all slipstreaming each other. So once Mark Lee goes over the timing line, we'll be able to tell you the race order, hopefully, now that everybody is completing their outlaps, with the exception of Hutchins. Wait to see Mark Lee come through when we can pick him up. He'll be leading, yes, so Hutchins, there is Lee. Hutchins in the pits, Lee is leading. And who's going to come through? I think it's David McDonald in the blue and yellow BMW. The Canyon Racing car is going to come through second. No, it's Baker's got ahead of him. Baker is 15.6 seconds down on the Ginetta, so the chase is on. There's the BMW. That's up to second place now. It's McDonald third in the blue BMW. Yes, he's just got past him on the end of that previous lap. Okay, we can establish the order then. Fourth place is Adriano Medeiros. There's the Ginetta. And he's just done the fastest lap of the race, Adriano Medeiros, 2:21.032. Behind him is Richard Higgins in the Porsche 996. He's going to take the lead of Class 2 because Steve Rothery, unfortunately, I can tell you, has come back into the pits. There may be an issue with Steve Rothery's car. I know his family are watching on YouTube, so that might be a bit disappointing. So it's Lee from Simon Baker. Let's see if we can see the BMW in the background as Mark Lee comes towards us at Abbey. We'll see what the visual gap is. There goes Mark Lee. Where is Simon Baker in the car taken over from Ollie Rubin? There he is. The chase is on. This is a repeat of Snetterton, but the other way round. Third place is still David McDonald, and here comes the cavalry charge of Adriano Medeiros, the race one winner in the Ginetta. Oh, this is great stuff. Fifth is Richard Higgins. Steve Rothery came back into the pits briefly, a brief issue with the Peugeot. Next in the order is going to be Ryan Firth in the Clio, number 177. Then it's the BMW of Shane Stoney. They had a 10-second success penalty for second in Class 2 in race 1, of course. Shane Stoney in the car taken over from Richard Evans. There's Rothery. He's back out on track. Let's see what the gap is this time through. Then it was 15.67 seconds last time through between the two leaders. Is Simon Baker catching Mark Lee. Come up over the line this time to complete the 11th lap of this Goodyear Britcar Trophy race. We await Mark Lee to come through. I saw him come through Woodcut. He's come back into the pits. Mark Lee's gone back into the pits. What's going on here? Is there a problem? And Baker's gone back in as well. What's going on? Have they got a penalty? Yeah, Mark Lee has got a stop-go penalty. He must have had a short pit stop. He's had to serve a stop-go penalty. Now, this is going to change things. Baker's come back in as well. I didn't get notification as he had a stop-go as well. So both the leading cars could be in trouble here. Baker's come back in. Let's see if we can see where the number 10 BMW is. So that has given the lead to Adriano Medeiros. He's just got ahead of McDonald. Yep, they must have both had stop-go penalties, those two. I can only assume for short pit stops, because you have to make a minimum 2-minute pit stop. And well, that's totally changed the complexion of this race. Number 97 has been given a stop-go as well. Who's number 97? That's the Gary Lawrence Richard Avery Porsche. Now, if you're short on your pit stop, you serve the time you were short as a stop-go penalty. It looks as though both Baker and Lee have fallen victim to that. So it's now Adriano Medeiros who leads once again with 15 minutes to go. Second place is David McDonald. There he is in second place. So Andy Stocco and David McDonald second. We'll wait to see where Mark Lee and Simon Baker have rejoined and whether they can recoup ground. So this has completely changed things once again. There's always a twist in the tail in Britcar. I can tell you that Sean Woodard is okay after a check-up from the medics. That's good to hear after his crash in the BMW Mini. That's great to hear. Thank you, Jasmine, for the update there. There goes the race leader through towards Luffield. Medeiros will show at the top of the timing screen this time through. There's a battle between a couple of grey coupes, BMW Z4 and Porsche Z3 rather, and Porsche Boxster. And is that the number 7 car slowing? He's got a puncture, I think, David McDonald. There's something wrong with the left front. I think he's had a tyre go down. So number 7 is coming in. It seems like nobody wants to win this race. What is going on with the front runners? So that's left Medeiros clear in the lead. David McDonald has headed into the pits. So Medeiros leads. It's now Richard Higgins in second in the Class 2 leading Porsche 996. All the Class 1 cars seem to be hitting trouble. We've got a Clio in third place overall. That's Ryan Firth. Mark Lee is down to fourth place. He's come through in fourth, having lost some 30 seconds there, taking that stop-go. In comes the number 7. Hopefully Ian can be down there to find out what happened there. Did he have some contact, David McDonald, maybe? Certainly looked as though it was a puncture on the left front. So next through is going to be the Shane Stoney BMW, I think, in 5th place. Then we've got the Simon Baker BMW. That's going to go up to 6th. There we can see. Yeah, it looks like the tyre tread has possibly delaminated there. Yes, you can see clearly there the tread has just come straight off the tyre. Oh dear. Disaster for the BMW. They were on for a podium. On goes a fresh tyre. Look at that sky. Let's hope that stays away for the next 12 minutes and 10 seconds. We do not want a cloudburst to throw yet another curveball into this race. Goodness me. There's Medeiros from Higgins. Ryan Firth in the Class 2 Clio is third. And we're going to hand down to Ian Waterhouse in the pits.
Here we are down in the pits, as you can see, kind of the 7 here. Picked up quite a nasty puncture. Let's just see if there was any reason for it. A bit of a puncture there. Any particular reason? Just blow out itself?
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Just started to have a bit of understanding and blew in the last lap.
Right, I think actually we're going to have to go. We're going to go straight out, Leon. You might want to get out of the way.
Okay, so the BMW heading back out then. There's our leader, Adriano Medeiros from Richard Higgins. We'll see what the lead margin is in a moment. In the battle for the Class 2 lead, the Clio is only actually 5.5 seconds off Richard Higgins in the Porsche. The lead gap is 35 seconds, so Adriano Medeiros I think has only got to keep going, and he's going to take the win here because all his Class 1 rivals have hit trouble, although Simon Baker is now back up into 4th place and he's only 2.5 seconds off Richard Higgins. In fact, that's the Team Brit car in trouble. Marshall's there with the fire extinguisher, I think. Yeah, there's problems there for Team Brit. Number 70, that's Andy Tucker. And that car very much out of the race. Look at the smoke. Well, they don't call this championship endurance for nothing, and to finish first you have to finish. Hope our camera doesn't get burnt out. Oh dear. The curse of the onboard camera strikes again. Mark Lee, I can tell you, has got the Ginetta past the Class 2 cars now, so it's fairly close for second. But Mark Lee is 35 seconds down on Medeiros, so the Ginetta's back up into second after that stop-go penalty. Third is Richard Higgins. Look how dark it's getting. Keep those rain clouds away. No rain dancing, please. Richard Higgins third. And he's, as I said, only 2.5 seconds ahead of Simon Baker's BMW now. 1.5 seconds behind him is Ryan Firth in the Clio in fifth. Sixth is Evans and Stoney. Seventh is the Nissan 370Z of Mark Skeets. That's moved up into seventh, so they're getting some good reward for today. In eighth place, we've got Steve Rothery, recovering after an extra quick visit to the pits. Did he have a stop-go as well? I'm not sure. Ninth place, number 14 of Terry Stevens, and the Spano and Bentley Ginetta rounding out the top 10. And the checkered flag is out. The checkered flag has come out early. Is that because of the weather threatening? I'm not sure. That checkered flag's come out 9 minutes early. I suspect, it might be because we're reaching the circuit curfew. Yes, I think that's because of time. I think the curfew is at 6 p.m. today, so the checkered flag comes out early. Because of the safety car, we weren't, of course, able to get some full racing laps in, but the checkered flag comes out early, I think, due to the meeting being pressed for time, and the event does finish early with a win. That will be a win for Axel van Nederveen and Adriano Medeiros. They complete their double. Second for Mark Lee in the Ginetta, and third for Simon Baker and Ollie Rubin. We'll wait for the result to be declared then. We'll wait for the result to be declared officially. Yes, I think it's because we are reaching circuit curfew here at Silverstone, so the race had to be stopped early. Well, that means the class winners. Class 2 will be won by Richard Higgins in his Porsche. Class 3 is going to go to the Taylor and Jones Mark 5 Golf. They're down in 12th. Or are they? That's dropping down the timing screen, actually. So wait, have we lost the Golf somewhere? No, it has come through. They've come through in 16th place, so they will win the class. They just lost some time there on the last lap. Oh, what a baffling race that was. Stop-go penalties, safety cars, and an unexpected early finish. What about the other class winners? We've given you... Oh, and the Baker and Rubin car showing us having a 30-second penalty, which has dropped it to 6th. Is that in lieu of a stop-go penalty? Well, there's a lot still to be answered on that race, in my opinion. Well, let's give you the provisional result then. Van Nederveen and Medeiros take their second win of the day, completing 14 laps, 37 seconds clear of Mark Lee in a Ginetta 1-2. Richard Higgins takes third overall and wins Class 2 in his Porsche. Evans and Stoney are fourth in their BMW, and Andy Mollison and Ryan Firth take fifth in their Clio. Baker and Rubin given a 30-second penalty after the flag there. They drop to 6th. Steve Rothery's Peugeot is 7th after an extra pit visit. 8th goes to Terry Stevens' Peugeot. Peter Spano and Andy Bentley are 9th. And rounding up the top 10, the Nissan of Mark Skeets and David May. Andrew Porter's Porsche Boxster 11th, ahead of Alistair Lindsay's Seat. 13th goes to Bill Forbes' Ginetta. 14th, Anthony Hutchins, who led for a lap in his Porsche Boxster during the pit stops. And the BMW of Chris Murphy rounds out the top 15. 16th, and the winners of Class 3, Taylor and Jones in their Golf, ahead of Bates' BMW. The William Lynch BMW wins the Invitation Class 1, Invitation Class 2 won by Callum Bates. Then behind them the Peugeot RCZ, which finished down in 19th place. The 57, the McMahon Plant Alfa Romeo was next. Then outside the top 20, Hancock and Smart's Porsche Boxster, the Spires, and Gerhardt's Clio. That wins the Clio class in 22nd. Then Stephen Murphy's BMW, Charlotte Birch's Ginetta, the Thompsons in their Clio, second in class this time. Arthur McMahon's Honda Civic, the Jamie Vinelmeyer and Steve Griffiths Ginetta, that got a 30-second penalty as well. then Sarah Franklin's Clio, and the Stokoe and McDonnell BMW, who of course had to pit to change a puncture. Well, that's the top 30 then. There are only a couple of other cars left running after that. We'll hand down to Ian Waterhouse in Parc Ferme.
Right, everybody, welcome down to Parc Ferme. That was exciting, wasn't it? Of course, the 6 p.m. curfew means we have to finish up a little bit early, don't we? Yeah, but here he is. It's a pair of wins, Adriano. Well done. Talk us through that one.
Thank you. It was a little bit more harder. So I haven't had much idea where I was when I got on the car, and I noticed from the boards that I was P3, so I gave a good push, and so luckily it seems to me like the guys on the front row, so the guys, Mark Lee has had a penalty or
it was
something.
5-second penalty.
And then I noticed that would be our place to be, and I really enjoy that, so it's really nice.
And here he is as well, Axel, Axel, congratulations. It's a perfect weekend, hasn't it, really, guys?
Yeah, bit of luck.
Yeah, but you make your own luck, don't you, in life, you know?
No, well, yeah. Without luck, you're not going to get there.
No luck at all.
What are you going to do with all this champagne, guys? What are you going to do with all that?
Drink it.
Well, no, congratulations. A pair
Thank
of
you very
wins,
much. Thank
Axel
you.
and Adriano. Here's Mark Lee. Mark, I saw you a little bit earlier in the day, actually. The car was up here at Scrutineering for quite a long time. I was getting a little bit worried, but it seems to have the pace.
Yeah, it just went up Rolling Road, just
Oh, fantastic stuff. Yeah. And of course, the penalty.
What did I do wrong? I don't.
Well, I don't know.
Would it pit stop?
Sure,
I wonder if it will pit stop.
I think it might just been a touch too quick, but
it's a shame
still,
as well, isn't it?
It is a shame, but second place, you've got to be proud of yourself.
After the penalty,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I spoke to you before actually and told you how much I like this car, and still haven't let me drive it. I can't say I blame you though. Congratulations, Mike. Great weekend. Fantastic stuff. And number 15 as well. Let's go chat to Mr. Richard over here. Here he is, and he's got a big smile on his face. Congratulations.
Yeah, I thought it was fourth. Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? Do you grab it?
No, please do. Please do. You need it more than I do.
I had no idea what was going on.
Of course, the checker flag came out a little bit early because of curfew. Yeah. That's the reason why. But actually, it kind of worked in your favour then, didn't it?
Totally. Had it been another lap. I thought two BMWs were. Obviously, he was first, and I thought he obviously was second, and then the two BMs went past us. Yeah. And they must have. They'd stop goes then.
Well, number 10, Ollie Rubin. They had to come in for a stop go penalty.
Right.
Yeah, so that kind of did for that, and that gave you that kind of helped out, didn't it? Big time.
Yeah. And then the BM 82. Stoney, he's bloody quick. We wouldn't have had another lap, so
I think everybody's pretty quick, including you as well.
That was brilliant. And then so we're thinking, yes, we got a first in class, and then we come in, we got a third as well.
Brilliant, congratulations.
Absolutely brilliant,
well,
fantastic.
Big smiles, that's what we like.
Cheers,
big smiles here for Britcar. That rounds out the action, but what a treat it was. Of course, just to remind everybody, checkered flag fell a touch early just because of curfew. So I'm going to hand back to Dave Goddard to round out the action for you. Thank you.
Well, slightly confusing race to end with, an entertaining one for the Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship trophy category. Congratulations to newcomers Axel van Nederveen and Adriano Medeiros on his return to Britcar, double winners here today. As we said, the race ending 10 minutes early due to the impending circuit curfew. That just about wraps up the action from Silverstone today then. We must say thank you to all the volunteer marshals. Could not go racing without the Orange Army, also the medical staff, the recovery crews, the race control staff, all the other officials here at Silverstone for making the event possible. Thank you to the drivers for their entertainment, and thank you to all their backup crews and mechanics in the paddock area. Thanks to all our camera crews for braving the weather and bringing us the action as well. And most of all, thank you to all our viewers here today. We hope you've enjoyed the action, and we will see you back on our live streams on BARC TV soon. But for now, this is Dave Goddard signing off here at the home of British Motorsport. From all of us here at Silverstone, thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.